Have you ever wondered why lottery winners end up living in trailers just a few years after hitting the jackpot? Today we are ranking the biggest financial mistakes you can make in your 20s on what I call the financial doom spectrum. We've got minor setbacks, which are the small fixable daily habits that quietly drain your cash flow. Next is the wealth killer tier, where lifestyle upgrades and career stagnation actively destroy your net worth. Finally, there's total financial ruin, the catastrophic errors that guarantee decades of debt and completely erase your chance at generational wealth. Trust me, even a seemingly harmless $20 daily habit can quietly compound into a six-figure deficit over a decade. First up, we need to dive into the psychological trap of looking rich. The waiting game. Ever wondered why financial advisors constantly preach about starting early? It's because time is the most expensive asset you own. Many young people believe they need a massive lump sum to enter the stock market. This is a fundamental misunderstanding of how compound interest operates. Think of your money like a snowball rolling down a massive hill. If you start rolling that snowball at the top of the hill at age 20, it has the entire length of the slope to gather mass and momentum. If you wait until age 30 to start, you are dropping your snowball halfway down the hill. The mathematical growth of investing $500 a month starting at age 20 will completely eclipse someone who starts investing $2,000 a month at age 30. Your money needs time to snowball. Waiting to invest steals years of compounding growth from your future self. A Roth IRA is the ultimate vehicle for this specific strategy. The money you make in this account grows completely tax-free. You could turn a few $1,000s into $1 million by retirement without the government taking a single cent of your gains. The IRS can't touch your compounded returns. I rank waiting to invest as total financial ruin on the financial doom spectrum. It guarantees you will work decades longer than necessary just to maintain your basic standard of living. So how do you protect that growing wealth from the very lifestyle you are trying to fund? The lifestyle trap. What happens when your income suddenly doubles or triples? Most people immediately upgrade their lifestyle to match this new number. You get a promotion and walk straight into a luxury dealership. You justify the monthly payment by calculating your commute or the reliability of a new engine. The salesman uses confusing financing terms to obscure the true cost of the vehicle. This is the classic manifestation of lifestyle creep. You are scaling your expenses to meet your income. A new car is a depreciating asset that loses a massive chunk of its value the second you drive it off the lot. Financing or leasing a vehicle in your 20s locks you into years of negative equity. You are essentially paying a premium to drive a status symbol that actively drains your net worth. Look at Michael Carroll. He was 19 when he won nearly £10 million in the UK National Lottery. He immediately bought a massive mansion in Wiltshire, threw wild parties for hundreds of strangers, and purchased a fleet of exotic sports cars. He lived like a king for exactly 6 years. By the time he turned 25, the money was completely gone. He was back to working as a garbage collector to pay his basic bills. He fell victim to the exact traps we see every day. He scaled his lifestyle recklessly and ignored the mathematical power of compounding. He viewed a windfall as an endless resource instead of a foundation to build upon. I rank lifestyle creep as a guaranteed wealth killer on the financial doom spectrum. It's the primary reason highly paid young professionals end up with zero liquid assets and bucket loads of stress. But what if the wealth drain is happening in increments so small you don't even notice? The micro leak illusion. Buy now, pay later. Platforms pop up at checkout with a promise of splitting that massive number into 18 manageable monthly payments. It creates a false sense of affordability, but you have to ask yourself, why does a $3,000 purchase suddenly feel like pocket change? Your brain registers the item as costing $150 instead of $3,000. You trick yourself into buying things you genuinely can't afford. Then you stack these micropayments on top of each other. Suddenly you are bleeding $200 a month across 5 different apps just to keep a wardrobe you barely wear. Think of your finances like a boat. A massive hole will sink you immediately, but 100 tiny holes will sink you just as dead, only much slower. These companies hire behavioral psychologists to design checkout flows that bypass your logical reasoning. It operates like a financial parasite, slowly draining your account balance while you remain completely unaware. The same psychological trick applies to subscription overload. Streaming services and premium apps quietly drain your account every single month. month. You pay for convenience until convenience becomes a heavy tax on your income. You end up paying for 3 different platforms just to watch a single show. I rank this cluster of mistakes as a minor setback on the financial doom spectrum. It won't bankrupt you overnight, but it will absolutely stall your wealth accumulation and keep you tethered to the paycheck cycle. So once you plug those micro leaks, where should your attention go next? The emergency fund void. The decision to operate without a financial shock absorber, the silent destroyer of generational wealth. Many young professionals feel invincible in their 20s. They spend every dollar they make on weekend trips and new gadgets. Then a catastrophic car engine failure occurs. The repair bill is $3,000. Your checking account holds exactly $400. You are forced to put the repair on a credit card carrying a 25% annual percentage rate. That single event triggers a chain reaction. You now have to make minimum payments while interest compounds aggressively. The constant anxiety of mounting interest charges ruins your sleep and distracts you from your career. A simple mechanical failure has transformed into a multi-year financial anchor. An emergency fund is your financial shock absorber. It's 3 to 6 months of living expenses sitting quietly in a high-yield savings account. It exists solely to protect your long-term investments from short-term chaos. Operating without an emergency fund is definitely at total financial ruin on the financial doom spectrum. These mistakes guarantee that any unexpected event will push you into a debt spiral that takes decades to escape. The financial black holes. Have you ever thought about who's really benefiting when you blindly follow a hot stock tip? You see a friend making money on a volatile cryptocurrency. You hear a podcast host guaranteeing massive returns on a specific stock. You immediately copy their moves without conducting a single ounce of independent research. Every individual has a unique financial situation and risk tolerance. Blindly following the herd is a guaranteed way to buy at the top and sell at the bottom. This susceptibility to social proof makes you the perfect target for online financial gurus. These individuals sell expensive courses promising to teach you their secret wealth building strategies. They rent luxury vehicles for a single afternoon just to film a promotional video. You purchase the course hoping for a shortcut to millions. You quickly discover the content is basic information you could have found on a free YouTube video. This same vulnerability makes young men prime targets for sports betting platforms. These apps are engineered with gamification elements to trigger dopamine releases. You win a $50 parlay and your brain registers it as a viable income stream. You ignore the mathematical reality that the house always maintains a built-in advantage. Chasing losses leads to drained savings accounts and ruined credit scores. You are voluntarily handing your capital to an algorithm designed to extract it. I rank copying others, buying guru courses, and gambling as total financial ruin on the financial doom spectrum. These actions transfer your hard-earned capital directly into the pockets of people who are actively exploiting your lack of knowledge. Avoiding all 3 is definitely possible, but how do you protect your earning potential from the traps waiting in the professional world? The career and debt trap. Today, so many young professionals accept a 3% cost of living adjustment and call it a victory. Many men settle into a comfortable job right out of college and never look back. This is a massive error. The most significant salary jumps occur when you switch companies. You possess maximum leverage when you are already employed. Taking the time to update your resume and interview elsewhere forces the market to value your skills accurately. Staying in a stagnant role guarantees your income will lose purchasing power to inflation every single year. This connects directly to the burden of student debt taken without a clear direction. Many individuals take on massive loans for degrees that don't translate into high-earning careers. They graduate with 6 figures of debt and an entry-level salary of $40,000. The math simply doesn't math. The debt quadruples their baseline expenses and crushes their ability to save. You must audit your career path relentlessly. Ensure your education directly correlates with a lucrative industry. You also have to protect your credit at all costs. Co-signing a loan for a friend or family member can seem like a kind, charitable thing to do, but it attaches your name to their financial chaos. You are volunteering to be the safety net for someone else's poor planning. I rank career stagnation, misaligned student debt, and co-signing as wealth killers on the financial doom spectrum. These choices cap your income ceiling and shackle your financial mobility for decades. So what is the ultimate mindset shift required to break free from all these traps? The paradigm shift. You probably don't think about this too much, but you already have the greatest asset in the entire financial world. You have time, yet especially in your 20s, you end up treating a decade like a rehearsal for your actual life. You operate under the dangerous illusion that you can make reckless financial decisions now and simply fix them when you reach 30. Time doesn't function that way. The habits you build today compound directly into the reality you will inhabit tomorrow. Small, consistent actions compound into massive advantages over a 10-year period. Living above your means is a conscious choice. Building lasting wealth is also a conscious choice. You must shift your perspective entirely. Stop viewing a budget as a restrictive cage designed to punish you. A budget is a powerful tool that grants you absolute control over your capital. It tells your money exactly where to go. This prevents you from wondering where it vanished. You need to live well below your current income level. Every single dollar you save and invest today purchases your future freedom and options. You are actively building a fortress of financial security. This fortress will protect you from economic downturns and personal emergencies alike. The ultimate goal is to build a life where your money works significantly harder than you do. You achieve this by focusing entirely on acquiring income-generating assets. Subscribe to the channel, drop a comment below telling me which financial mistake you are committing to avoid this year, and start building your fortress today.